Alrighty, well, hello everyone. We want to thank you guys for looking over our video today. My name is Angela Jones-Orms, and I am an adult substance abuse peer support specialist here at Comprehend. And we are working on an anti-stigma campaign so that we can take away all those stigmas that are against recovery, and we want everyone to feel comfortable in recovery. So today I have Miss Arin Grizzle here with me today, and she has agreed to answer some questions for me. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Arin Grizzle, and I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Arin. And how many years do you have clean, sober in your recovery?
This time around, I have almost a year. I'm coming up 11 months. In September, it will be a year.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
okay. So let's just dive into the questions here. So my first question to you is, what age or stage of life were you when your substance use or mental health disorder started?
I think I was definitely very young.
Okay.
I was around 12 when I had thoughts of suicide and that just the void of something was missing in my life. So I think if my mental health was diagnosed younger, I probably wouldn't have tried to self-medicate when I got older. But yeah, definitely around 12, I drank for the first time. I was like 14 when I smoked weed the first time, you know, and I had a decent childhood. I mean, I was a cheerleader in high school. You know, I mean, everything on the outside looked great, and that just proves that it can happen to anyone.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So what life events were taking place that caused you to begin using?
People that I was around. It just, I was in the wrong crowd, honestly. But it was a good escape, you know, and that's why I just fell right into it and was comfortable with it. And, you know, it was cool, I thought, at the beginning, until it wasn't. It was never cool, but but yeah, it's definitely just people, places, and things.
Okay. How did your addiction or your illness progress?
Oh man, you know, it took off faster than I thought it would. Like, I would casually use, you know, on the weekends at first. And then it went to every other night, and then went to every day. And I remember waking up I was around 20, and I was sick. And I just knew. I knew what it was, and I knew that it was too late. The devil had gotten a hold of me, and the vicious cycle had begun.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't mind, what losses did you experience along the way?
I mean, everything. Literally everything. Like money, obviously. Friends. I've lost a lot of friends in addiction. But more importantly, I lost my faith. I lost my morals. I've lost self-respect. You know, just, it's awful. It's really a terrible place to be. But that's where the devil wants you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, what events resulted in you seeking recovery?
Okay, well, I mean, at first it was kind of pushed upon me, but I got in some trouble, and I got a diversion to go to drug court. And the drug court panel and just they're so amazing, and they're so supportive, and just doing IOP and Comprehend, everyone is so supportive. And I actually got in a little trouble after I got in drug court and got sent to rehab, but I went to ARC, and it's a faith-based program, and it is amazing. Amazing. There are 2 chaplains there, Tammy and Megan, that just changed my life. I got baptized again when I was there. And then, you know, when I got home, I went back to drug court and then IOP, and it just, my life is forever changed.
Great. That is awesome.
Yes.
So, how many times did you seek treatment prior to arriving where you are today?
Honestly, I went to detox a couple times, and that was my 4th rehab.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think the average is 5, so it is very important to not give up on your loved ones.
Yes.
Or yourself.
What were 2 significant barriers you overcame to get to recovery?
The first one would be probably that I can do it on my own. It's just, I'm like, you know, I always tell people this, the minute you think that you have it, go to a meeting because you do not. This disease is very progressive, and it will grab a hold of you and just take off if you don't. And the other one is just as what you're doing right now, the stigma around mental health and addiction.
Yeah. That's great.
You're looked at as weak.
Yes.
If you come out and talk about it.
And that's true. That's where we label people and put them. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What skills did you learn either in treatment or from others that you still use today?
Oh man, coping skills. I don't think that, the older generation, my parents weren't taught coping skills. So therefore we weren't taught coping skills. So just, being able to recognize triggers and realize when I do need to reach out, and when I need to lean on my accountability people and just, know how to navigate life.
Yes.
Adulting.
Yes. Adulting, yes.
It took me 43 years, but I'm getting there.
Awesome. Now, how has sobriety impacted your personal, your family, your work, your community life? How has now getting to where you are now, how has that impacted your life?
When I say that my life is completely different, I don't want to say 180 because that means I can go back. And I can, but I'm not. But it's just, I have gotten trust back with friends and family. I have a relationship with my parents I never thought I would be able to have. My children, they have someone that they can look up to and be proud of, and that's just everything. And then just being a decent person in society and serve the community and that's what God put me here to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Got goosebumps. Hey. I love it. Okay, so what advice would you give someone who is struggling right now in recovery?
Don't give up. Do not give up. It is, I'm telling you, when I say that I can do this, because I honestly was at a point in my life where I thought that people would be better off without me. That's how strongly the disease holds on to you. I thought that my kids would be better off if I was dead, my parents, my friends even, because of all the torture I put them through. But it's never too late. Never. Yes. Never.
Yes. And last question that I have here. So what advice would you give like family and friends and others that are concerned about a loved one who is using?
First of all, do not enable. I know that is hard, especially as parents, and if you love them, you want to give them everything, but that's basically putting them into a grave. To put it really strongly. There is a group called Al-Anon that is for family members of addicts that I highly recommend. There's several around this town. And just, if there is a breath left in their body, there's still hope. There's always hope.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to congratulate you on living in recovery and being a voice out there for others. I think that's one of the biggest things that helps us to descale that stigma that is out there about recovery and mental health. And I just thank you, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And one thing that I want to just say out there is when you are working on your recovery and you're really putting forth the work, it'll show. She's glowing because she's working her recovery, and you can see the growth in her. And I'm just very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.